Welcome, dear learners. In this second part of the video lecture of new product development, we will continue on our discussion. But before that, we will quickly recap on the first part of video lecture. It begins with idea generation, which is all about deeply understanding the real needs and challenges on the ground. This is followed by concept testing, crucial for ensuring initial acceptance and making sure the product concept aligns with local culture and socio-economic realities. Then comes product development, where the focus is on frugal engineering to create functional, durable, and repairable solutions. And finally, market testing provides that invaluable real world feedback to refine the product and strategy before a wider launch. When applied thoughtfully, this four-stage process ensures that companies don't simply downsize urban products but instead create truly inclusive, relevant, and innovative offerings that genuinely resonate with rural consumers. Beyond the structured process, developing successful product for rural markets in India requires a deep, nuanced understanding of the rural consumers' specific context, their lifestyle, and the environment they live in. Unlike urban markets, rural consumers often face a unique set of constraints, such as limited infrastructure, distinct cultural norms, and significant economic challenges. Therefore, rural product development must be acutely sensitive to these factors to ensure not just initial acceptance but also sustained usage of the product. We can group these critical factors into three key areas of consideration. First, product fit and contextual relevance. Second, cultural and behavioral sensitivities. And third, pricing and affordability. Let's examine each of these more closely. The foremost requirement in rural product development is ensuring that the product genuinely fits the rural lifestyle and environmental conditions. For instance, rural households often consist of joint families, which might mean products should cater to larger usage requirements. Furthermore, remember those infrastructural challenges we talked about: erratic power supply, water scarcity, and lack of storage space. These demand that product be rugged, efficient, and low maintenance. Products must be designed to withstand rough handling, exposure to dust and humidity, and even outdoor usage. So, what kind of features become important? Think about compact design, easy to clean surfaces, and minimal moving parts to enhance usability and lifespan. Additionally, in regions without reliable electricity, products should ideally be compatible with alternative energy sources like solar powers or battery operated systems. The Godrej Chotu Cool, being compact and working on a 12-volt battery, and the portable GE Mag 400 ECG machine are excellent example of designing for contextual relevance. Another absolutely critical consideration is the cultural relevance and behavioral compatibility of the product. Rural consumers are deeply influenced by local customs, beliefs, and traditions, which can vary significantly from one region to another. Ignoring this can lead to product rejection no matter how good the product is functionally. Therefore, the product's name, its packaging, color, and overall design must be culturally appropriate and familiar. For example, packaging should use colors and symbols that resonate positively with local preferences. Bright colors are also often favored in many Indian rural communities. Product names should be easy to pronounce and recall in local languages. Moreover, given that literacy level can be lower in some rural areas, user manuals and instructions must be supported with pictorial guides or audio-visual materials to ensure ease of understanding. Behavioral aspect also play a key role. If rural consumers are already using substitute products or traditional methods, any new method must be simple, intuitive to use, and offer a clearly superior value proposition. The Tata Swachh water purifier, for instance, included a transparent housing to visually demonstrate its filtration effectiveness, catering to users who value visible proof of performance. Now, let's talk about pricing and affordability, a central factor in rural product development. However, it's crucial to understand that affordability should not be confused with simply offering products at the lowest possible price. Instead, it involves offering genuine value for money while ensuring that products remain within the purchasing capacity of the rural consumers, who typically have irregular or limited income streams. So, how can companies achieve this? One highly effective approach is low unit packaging or LUP. This means products are sold in small single use units such as 1 rupees shampoo sachet or 5 rupee detergent pack. This strategy enables consumers to purchase according to their daily or weekly income flows. For higher value products, companies can explore partnership with microfinance institutions or self-help groups SHGs to offer installment based payments or deferred billing models. Moreover, products should avoid unnecessary features that add to the cost without providing meaningful value to the rural users. The Tata Nano car, for example, didn't include a radio in its standard model, using that space for extra storage instead, a feature more relevant to many rural users. Similarly, the Nokia 1100 mobile phone succeeded because it prioritized essential like long battery life and a torch over complex multimedia features. In some regions, depending on local custom, even barter based models could be considered. To briefly summarize these key considerations for rural product development, first, product fit and contextual relevance ensures the product is designed for the specific rural lifestyle and environment. Second, cultural and behavioral sensitivities demand that the product, its messaging, and packaging aligns respectfully with local norms and tradition. And third, pricing and affordability focus on delivering true value for money and making products accessible through innovative pricing and payment models. Ultimately, rural product development demands a context sensitive, user focused, and value driven approach. Product must not only meet functional needs but also align seamlessly with the local culture, behavior, and affordability. Companies that succeed are those that treat rural consumers as partners in innovation. To truly design effective products for rural markets, companies must go beyond just market surveys and statistical data. While data is useful, it often doesn't capture the full picture. What's needed in direct engagement with rural way of life? Observing, listening, and learning from the lived experiences of rural consumers. Recognizing this, several forward thinking companies such as Godrej and DuPont have implemented structured rural immersion programs as an integral part of their innovation and product development strategies. But what exactly do these programs entail, and why are they so impactful? Rural immersion programs typically involve sending company executives, product designers, R&D staff, and marketing managers to live in rural villages for a specific period. This could range from a few days to several weeks. The primary aim is to expose these professionals to the day-to-day realities of rural life. This includes understanding socio-cultural dynamics, witnessing firsthand the infrastructural constraints, observing consumption behaviors, and learning about local resource management practices. This deep immersion helps participants develop a contextual understanding that simply cannot be achieved through secondary data for quick field visits. They witness, for example, how families store food without refrigeration, manage limited water supplies, or make crucial decisions on purchasing essential products. This direct exposure is invaluable for identifying unarticulated needs and pain points, those subtle challenges that rural consumers might not even voice directly. Crucially, this experience acts as a powerful stimulus for grassroots innovation. It sparks product ideas that are genuinely rooted in ground realities. Participants are encouraged to observe daily routines, interact with villagers, and even perform tasks alongside them. This allows companies to co create solutions with users. Rather than designing in isolation, the insights that led to Godrej's Shotocool and the development of smaller single-use packs of fertilizers and seeds tailored for marginal farmers are direct outcomes of such programs. Perhaps one of the most valuable and transformative aspect of rural immersion is the development of empathy among corporate teams. Experiencing the constraint and realities of rural life firsthand fosters a deeper sense of respect and responsibility toward the consumers. It often leads to a significant mindset shift from designing for the poor to designing with the people. This is the very core of human centered or user centric design philosophy. Participants in these programs frequently report a significant change in how they view innovation. Instead of focusing solely on high tech features, they begin to prioritize simplicity, utility, affordability, and adaptability. This empathetic lens leads to the development of products that are not only functional but also culturally appropriate and emotionally resonant. Another key benefit is the rural immersion helps companies build local relationships and establish trust within communities. These relationships are vital for later stages of product concept testing, feedback collection, and market trials. Villagers who have interacted positively with company personnel during an immersion are often more likely to provide honest feedback and even become early adopters or local influencers for new products. This also lays a strong foundation for corporate social responsibility initiatives and truly inclusive business model. In essence, rural immersion programs represent a crucial strategic investment for any company serious about understanding and serving the rural consumer landscape. By enabling direct, unfiltered engagement with rural realities, these programs significantly enhance innovation, foster truly user centric product design, and contribute to more sustainable and effective market strategies. Organizations that embed immersion into their development processes are far better positioned to create solutions that are relevant, respectful, and resilient, ultimately achieving greater and more meaningful success in rural markets. Now, let's turn our attention to another powerful concept, that is reshaping product development, reverse innovation. Traditionally, innovation often followed a top down path. Products were developed in advanced economies and then adapted, sometimes minimally, for emerging markets. However, reverse innovation challenges this norm by completely inverting the flow of innovation. How does it do that? The essence of reverse innovation lies in bottom up, need driven innovation. Solutions are first created specifically for rural or resource constrained markets, addressing real practical challenges faced there. These innovations are not about simply stripping down existing products to make them cheaper. Instead, they involve reimagining the solution entirely, often from a clean sheet, to perfectly suit the local context. What's fascinating is that constraint itself becomes a driver of creativity, leading to highly efficient, affordable, and purpose built solutions that often have wider appeal. Reverse innovation fundamentally promotes the localization of research and development. Instead of designing products in global headquarters, companies are increasingly setting up innovation hubs within emerging markets to better respond to local conditions. These rural settings effectively become living laboratories for innovation, allowing for real time experimentation and iterations. But why do these locally born innovations often gain global traction? It's because reverse innovation frequently hold universal value. They are typically designed to be highly efficient, easily scalable, and remarkably affordable. What starts as a rural solution often finds broader application in urban, low income population, in cost sensitive global market, and even in mainstream commercial segment that are increasingly seeking minimalist or sustainable alternatives. A notable example is GE's Mac 400 ECG machine. It was a portable, low cost ECG machine developed for rural India, where clinics often lacked expensive diagnostic infrastructure. Due to its success, simplicity, battery operations, and affordability, it has been adopted in other developing countries and even in developed countries looking to cut healthcare costs. Similarly, the frugal design principles of Tata and Nano have influenced global automotive cost cutting strategies, and the Godrej Chotu Cool, initially for villages without electricity, has found a niche in the urban households. India's vast and diverse rural landscape, with its unique challenges like inconsistent infrastructure, water scarcity, and dispersed populations, paradoxically serves as a powerful catalyst for disruptive innovation. Reverse innovation, therefore, positions rural India not just as a market but as a global innovation testbed, where solutions are born out of necessity but scale because of their ingenuity. Moreover, this approach strongly aligns with India's national priorities such as improving financial inclusion, enhancing healthcare accessibility, promoting clean energy adoption, and fostering skill development and employment generation. By innovating rural markets, companies directly contribute to inclusive growth while simultaneously developing offerings that can be globally competitive. So, you see, reverse innovation is more than just a business strategy. It's a mindset that value resourcefulness, relevance, and inclusivity. It redefines global innovation hierarchies, positioning rural regions not as a passive recipient of technology but as a active centers of creativity and invention. To bring our discussion to a close, let's summarize the key takeaways. We have explored the distinct nature of new product development for rural markets, emphasizing that it requires a unique, context sensitive approach. We detailed the systematic four-stage processes from idea generation grounded in reality through concept testing for cultural fit, frugal product development, and finally, insightful market testing. We highlighted the critical importance of three key considerations: ensuring product fit with the rural context, maintaining cultural and behavioral sensitivity, and achieving price and affordability through value driven strategies. We also saw the strategic role of rural immersion programs in fostering empathy and genuine user centric innovation. And finally, we examined the transformative power of reverse innovation, where solutions developed for rural needs can achieve global relevance. Ultimately, successful product development in rural market is about fostering inclusive growth through innovation that truly respects, understands, and reflects the unique needs and aspiration of rural communities. It's about creating solutions that empower and uplift. Dear learners, in this video we have covered new product development stages and rural immersion programs in detailed manner. This has been a great discussion on the topic. Now, dear learners, we will meet in the next video lecture on any new topic related to rural marketing. Till then, take care and happy learning. Thank you so much for listening.